So now, this is my kitchen garden, and I'm sure you know it's been very wet. It was very muddy, so we could not weed it before, but now it's a little bit okay. So we are now starting to weed. Some of the plants, like you can see the cabbages, the rain was too much for them, so they are spoiled. I don't think these ones will go anywhere, so we have to replace them. So the plan is to replace the cabbages, the spinach. They look like they could do well, but we wait and see. So these are eggplants, what we popularly call in Kiswahili biriganya. They seem like they really enjoyed the rain. They are doing well. They are doing much better. Now on this farm, I always call it a mixed grill because it has so many things in one. So I have the grapes. So if you check here, I have grapes. It was looking very good until the rains came. And then a lot of them now have fallen off. You can see they got blight, so the leaves are falling off now. So we'll have to wait for the next season for them to grow again because the rains were just too much for them. I also have sugarcane down there. You can see the sugarcane there. For those who don't know where sugar comes from, it comes from the sugarcane there. I have sukuma wiki also, and then I have the traditional vegetables, terere, right down there, and passion fruits along the side there. Some of the fruits are actually on the other side of the garden. So I have guavas, I have rucats, I have mangoes, I have avocados. That's why I'm saying it's a mixed grill. I love gardening, and probably that is because when I was young, that is something I had to do, not by choice, but by force. So the default preoccupation when I was growing up was actually farming. So my mom would tell us, this is your portion, can you cultivate all the way from here all the way up, and you will not go for lunch until you are done with that portion. That's how we used to work. So your speed will determine how early you go to eat. And remember, the food is not ready. You will farm and then you will go and then prepare the lunch, whatever is to be eaten for everybody else. So I think I just grew up in that, and she was very hardworking, my mom. Her farm was always spotlessly clean. That is why sometimes I shudder when I see like weeds here. I don't like it because her farm was always spotlessly clean all the time. And she will not stand any weeds like these ones on her farm. So I got accustomed to that. So for me, farming is very good therapy because even when I go to my upcountry home, you know, just checking what is growing there. I have plantains, I have bananas, the normal bananas for cooking. I have ones for ripening. I have even coffee in that farm. I have several trees, avocados. Like now we are doing the harvesting of avocados, and the harvest is decent. Because I think last year it was too bad because of the drought that was there. But this year it was much better. So the way I look at farming and gardening, it is not just a good preoccupation, but it's also good therapy because I get a very good feeling just looking at this soil and imagining the possibilities of what can come out of it. I mean, you plant a seed, just a small seed, and the next time a whole plant comes out. And we always say that we do not grow food. We just plant the seeds and then they just grow. God grows them. So that is one thing He has given us, the power to plant, and then He grows them, whether we want it or not. When you plant, they will have to grow, unless of course the weather becomes very adverse. Yeah, so that's my story about farming. So gardening is one of my other pastimes. When I have time, I just like to come here and check what is going on. When I come here, you know, the good thing with the farm also is you will never come out with nothing. Now look at the grapes, they are ready to eat. So when you come to the shamba, you must come out with something that you can eat and feed your family. So one of the things that I'm also now telling my younger mentees, a lot of them have farms up country, either they are family farms, land that is family land, or land that they have acquired themselves, or they've been left to by their parents, or you know. But it is very unfortunate because a lot of that land is lying unused. And yet people are crying, there's hunger, I'm not employed. And yet now, if I grow these eggplants to a certain scale, and it doesn't have to be a big farm, I can feed my family with it, but I can also use the spare to sell and make a little bit of income. And then it also keeps me occupied. I don't have to think about, I have a university degree, but I don't have a job, because that's the reality of the times we are living now. So I'm encouraging my young friends to even think about a more productive use of their farms, wherever the farms may be, because some people are blessed to have something, but it is lying idle. And I would be very, very happy if they took on that challenge. Farming is not a dirty business. It can actually be a very productive and a very rewarding occupation. So I think we need to just shed that thinking that farming is for the poor or farming is for the uneducated people. No, farming can be for everybody. And I think we have seen also people who have left their big jobs and they have gone into farming. So for me, I think when I retire, I will consider farming as one of my occupations. Maybe not full time, but I love it. So I would love to do more of it when I have more time.